3, 2, 1. Hold on. Okay, and I think we are, hold on, not yet. Hold on one second here. Oh, I think we are live. Okay, it says we're live on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we did it. Oh my goodness, I'm going to get better at this technology, I swear. Okay, hi everyone. This is Rose Chastain, one of the co-founders of Your Natural Healthcare. And with me, I have the amazing Jo Poon, all the way from Australia. I'm so excited to have you guys meet her and hear her wisdom and everything she has to contribute. Jo is a pharmacist, registered pharmacist with a postgraduate degree in psychology. And she also has a passion for and is an active student in the martial art known as Wing Chun Kung Fu, which is made famous by the world-renowned Bruce Lee. And one of the most inspiring things about Jo, other than her mastery in the practice of Kung Fu, is she's very passionate about gender equality and has an enduring crusade that has spanned millenniums, and her passion to join the fight that has branded her as a social entrepreneur. So the latest and greatest Jo Poon, who's on this mission to have Kung Fu and the practices of Kung Fu be available to all of us and to make a difference. So I am extremely honored that you would take the time early in the morning in the midst of dealing with the shutdown and your children. And I know your studio's now been closed and trying to get classes online and all of that stuff, that you would take the time to make this difference for people. So thank you, Jo, very much for being with us.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor and a privilege. Thank you.
You are the best. So one of the things that I wanted to have you talk about, and I'm gonna ask you a question and then just you say whatever there is for you to say, is I know, and you've spoken about that one of the aspects of Kung Fu is being calm, present, and ready to go. You're at peace and at ease. It's every Kung Fu artist or practitioner, I guess I should say, that I've ever seen, you're not running around like a nervous Nelly. You don't let your nerves get the best of you. You know, there's a calm and a power that you bring forth. And I would love it if you would speak to us about what that takes and what your practices are to do that. Because I know, speaking for myself, with everything on the news and everybody's fear and my own personal fear of this virus, and is my family going to be okay? And is my business going to be okay? There's a lot of fear, and fear is not healthy. And
No.
and we all need tools to deal with this. You know, earlier today I called a girlfriend of mine and it was just ended up crying on the phone, because that's what I needed, was to release that emotion. But I would really love it if you would gift us with some of your practices and techniques that you use to bring that calm, that inner calm that you have.
Sure. Look, for me, I think awareness is the key to being able to stay calm or calmer as much as you can and deal with whatever situation that's going on. And that means internal awareness. So awareness of your thoughts, awareness of your emotions, how you're feeling, because those things drive our behaviors. And when we're in a state of fear, where we're not processing our thoughts properly, so we're not making rational decisions, or we're panicking, and then we got a lot of stress and anxiety. So I think being aware of your own space, where you're at internally, and then connecting to your breath, just slowing down, taking moments to breathe, little things like that will help you. And then the other thing is external awareness or situational awareness. So, for example, we've got a lot of things happening. There's people everywhere, you know, being safe, being aware of the distance, who's around you, but also understanding. So try to educate yourself a little bit about what's happening, rather than just, I'm going to get a mask because the
Yeah.
mask is going to save me or it's going to make me feel better. Try to get some education and understanding about what it is that is driving that fear. Because I think if we understand more, there'll be less fear. So, and then just focusing on what you can do, what's good about what's happening, because there's not always negative or doom and gloom. There's the yin and the yang in everything. So, you know, for example, at the moment, you know, we were under a lot of stress. We feared that our Kung Fu school would close down. But then at the same time, there's also, you've still got to strategize and think forward. We think about our students, what's happening now. The students are upset as well because they don't want the school to shut down. So we've got to look at different ways to deal with that calmly rather than go into panic and then you freeze and you can't do anything. So looking at your options as well. So that's why we've decided we're going to do an online thing so that our students can still connect with us. They're not feeling like they've been disconnected from their community or their social networks. So there's always different ways to deal with something, or there's problems. It's not always one way to solve something, or there's not always the end of the world if one thing happens. There's always different ways to deal with things. So I think having that awareness, that internal and external, having a little bit of understanding and focus and your mindset, your attitude towards things, and being mindful of your emotions, that'll help you to deal with things.
What, if you don't mind a personal question, what are you doing for yourself and for your family to keep that positive mindset and awareness?
Yeah. Personally, to deal with all the added stress, especially with the extra pressures, because I work in a pharmacy, and as you can imagine, it's absolutely insane because everyone's panic buying, trying to stock up on the medicines. So not only having to deal with that extra pressure of having to deal with the volume of work, but also a lot of people's emotions you've got to manage as well. And again, you know, at work, to deal with those situations, I have to take the time to explain to people, so address their fear, so then they're not behaving irrationally or getting aggressive because I'm not giving them 6 months or 5 months of medications,
Right.
and then other people don't have it. I'm running, you know, I'm doing a lot of things, so I'm running out of time. So some of the things that I do is to try and look at, okay, this is the day, these are the things that might happen. And I try not to get too sort of, I don't linger too much on something. So if something needs to be done, I get it done. I don't sort of go, oh, I don't complain too much about what's happening, because I think then I get a bit upset, I get a bit emotional. But, you know, at the end of the day, it does affect me emotionally with everything that's going, like everybody else. It affects us in different ways. And what I do is I practice a lot of Qigong breathing. So energy breath with the Tai Chi. I do that whenever I can to just settle the nervous system as well.
Would you be willing to walk through that with us and give us an example of a breathing exercise we can do?
Yeah, I mean, you can even do it sitting down. Yesterday we did a live class on Tai Chi Qigong energy. So I'm happy to post that later on if you want, as when people can access that. It was recorded, so you can practice that. My son did that with our Sifu, so he's been involved in it, and I think that's helped the children sort of have a bit of fun, stay active rather than just being on their computers as well. But basically, you can sit or stand if you've got problems standing, and just raise our hands like so. Breathing in and out. In and out. It's a bit like meditation in motion.
It's extraordinary. I can feel the calmness, the peace.
Yeah, so I'll do that. Even if you've only got a couple of minutes, do, 5-10 breaths, and it'll just help to ground you.
Brilliant.
And yeah, scientifically, when you're under stress, your sympathetic nervous system kicks in. So you got a lot of adrenaline going on, and that makes you more agitated. So when you sort of slow down your breath, you're going to activate the vagal system, and that's going to the parasympathetic system, and that's going to actually help to slow you down a little bit.
That is brilliant, because I definitely can tell you from my own personal experience, it's a lot of running around, and I have my own practices to notice and calm down and stop, take a break, and ask myself, is this what I should be doing? Feed the birds, watch the squirrels, that kind of thing. But this is really very useful to have a physical practice that I can do so easily. So thank you very much for sharing that with us. Is there anything, being in the pharmacy and dealing with everyone's stress, is there anything you want the general public to know, or advice, or any tools that you have for the general public there?
I guess in terms of, I think the important thing is we've talked about the fear and the stress and the anxiety. I think one of the most important things is to manage that at the moment, because all of that is going to affect their blood pressure, their cortisol levels, and indirectly, disease-wise, is going to, be a burden on the body in that sense. So I think practicing the calmness, the awareness, having a lot of sleep if you can, if you're having a bit more time available to you now, try and sleep as much as you can. That will help your immune system as well. You don't need to have a lot of things to be healthy. You can still eat well, just be smart about it. You don't have to hoard a lot of food, a lot of medications. Just have some perspective, I think. Just exercise a little bit of common sense, and also be very considerate and compassionate, because we're all going through this together, and having extra kindness when you're around, because we have a lot of elderly people coming in and out of the pharmacy, for example, in the community, trying to get their medications or their food. And I think, you in that panic, you're rushing and running, you knock into somebody, you can hurt them. And also for yourself, if you fall over or you get hurt, you don't want to end up in hospital yourself, because that's probably not a good place to be, or at the doctor's clinic, So, just common sense things, I think, will sort of help us get through this together. So I think that's my experience working in community pharmacy, where I'm dealing with the public. But in terms of managing the spread of the virus, it'll be the advice that the governments and the World Health Organization have already sort of recommended or provided guidelines for: washing your hands, keeping hygiene. If you're not sick and you're at home and no one's around you, you don't need to be wearing a mask. It's not going to protect you. The mask is more for people who are sick, so that they don't transmit those droplets through. So exercise some common sense, so you don't have to stress yourself as well when you're at home, I think. So nothing more, I think, than what was already been given out there. Rather, I probably just want to reiterate that.
Thank you for that, Jo. It's so powerful. What I love about what you're saying is, as a business owner and as someone who's a leader for a lot of people, I have a habit of holding it together, making it look like it's all fine. I hold it together because I'm a leader and I'm supposed to hold it together. And And that's not what you're saying, like that we all might have fear, and we all have anxiety, and we all have these emotions, and the best thing for us to do is to express them, to experience them, but then take an active part, like an active breath work, or an active responsibility in having peace of mind, and in staying grounded and using common sense, and not panicking, but having kindness and taking care of each other. For me, I have my CBD spray on my desk, and my CBD spray, and then actively being in communication with whoever I can be, my family, my friends. I had a conversation with a girlfriend I've been friends with since we were 10 earlier today. And this is a perfect time for us to have those kind of connections. I know for me, one of the things that I have been working on is I've come to the conclusion I'm in the beginnings of menopause, of perimenopause. So I started this regimen of regular CBD spray and stretching. And this is now an opportunity where I get a choice. I can either give into the anxiety and give into the worry about business, and give into the worry about the elderly people that I love and all of that, or I can take the time to breathe, and I can connect with the people that I love, and I can take my CBD spray and see if I can start a new habit now, or start a new practice. I love that you offered to post some of your Tai Chi practice that you did and that you recorded. And I'm sure now that you are going more online, some of the people who are watching this from all over the world would love to participate with Sifu that's all the way in Australia. So is there anything you want to say about how to reach out to you, or to your practice, or anything that we should know where we can find the work you're doing?
Sure. So this week, we're going to be offering free classes to everybody, because this is new to all of us, doing all of this practice online, and we want to make sure that we get feedback and the technology's working well enough, because there's always going to be,
you know how to get online.
yeah. So all this week, we're going to be offering all the classes that we're streaming live. Anyone, we're inviting anybody, if they want to, they're most welcome to participate, and that stretches from Wing Chun Kung Fu to Tai Chi, as well as our Young Dragons Kids Kung Fu. So if you've got children at home, parents, and you want the kids to have something to connect to participate in, you're most welcome. Yeah, you can either follow us on our Facebook page. I can put the link on for you later on, or if you send an email to admin@kungfu2you.com, then I'll be able to send you invitations to the virtual classes that we've scheduled, and then you can join in. You're most welcome. I'd love to see you there.
So great. And is that Kung Fu 2, the number 2, or
TU? All yeah.
Will you spell it out for us again?
Yeah. So it's admin, ADMIN at kungfu2you, KUNGTUYOU.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that. And I know I'm definitely going to check out one of your Tai Chi classes. Absolutely. And I love the practice for breathing. Anything else, my brilliant Kung Fu master from the other side of the world, that you would like the people in the world to know about just being healthy, having peace of mind? Anything else you want to say?
I want to say, and I think this has helped me a lot, don't take yourself too seriously. So have a bit of fun. Take things seriously, but don't take everything so seriously that you're just not enjoying life as well. You smile a little bit more.
That's brilliant. I know one of the things that you said when we were talking about doing this interview was laughter, and the difference that laughter makes.
Yeah.
It's really awesome. So, of course, I'm also recommending that people have their regular regimen of CBD, which will support your parasympathetic nervous system. And then now, in addition, here's another tool, which is the breathing and the Kung Fu and laughter. So anybody who would like to order some of our CBD products, the drops, the pills, the topical We are having a special to make it easy for people, free shipping, and also not to Australia, sorry.
Aw.
Free shipping and 15% off. So it's 2 opportunities for you. Check out Kung Fu, Tai Chi, email admin@kungfu2u. And we all will post the link also on Facebook, and order your CBD from your natural healthcare. Thank you so much, Jo.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Thank you.